What's up, dudes? We're back. Fresh off our second trip to Gaming Authority. Mm-hmm. It didn't go as bad as last time.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, we weren't threatened or assaulted at all. It was fantastic. So thanks for that, guys. We're here at this natural gas factory today. We're going to take a tour, and it kind of applies to what we're talking to. We're talking about interior pressure. Mm-hmm. Just a general buildup of gas. Right. So that literally has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but they don't know that. They're going to give us a tour and snacks. I'm looking forward to it. So you guys have seen our Blitz that we put out from the cover 4 lock that brings that free safety around the edge like lightning. We've added a new little wrinkle to it, bringing that linebacker in through the middle. There's a huge hole that opens up virtually with every formation. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. Tight formations, spread formations, empties. Empties, you're not going anywhere. No. So it's really exciting. Go ahead and check it out, and then we'll touch base after the video. 4 lock palms, inside blitz coming at you. Guys, we're going to run it against trips tight end. It's a popular formation out of the Patriots playbook. Double in sail, it doesn't matter what you run, but we like to have the running back in a route for sure, just so we can show the blitz. But it works against anything. You just make accommodations. So our normal setup, you crash the line outside, that free safety comes down, you blitz him, quarterback contain, and then you put X linebacker on that number 3 receiver. We usually user that number 2, the guy manned up on number 2 receiver, but we're going to user blitz more right here, and look at him. Look at that hole. They just paved the way for him because they're so worried about that, the pressure from the outside. I recommend running the regular blitz first, and then running this later in the game, and your opponent won't know what's going on. He won't know where the pressure's coming from, and it's very hard to shift both ways. He can't do it. So if you guys watch right from the jump, that the whole line shifts over to accommodate for the edge pressure, and we just scream right through the middle. He's already, by the time any routes get open, you could make an argument that the number 2 route coming inside, the dig, is open. That's what we normally guard. That's what we normally user, rather. So we can make accommodations for that if they keep hitting you with that, if you're able to identify that, in case they start picking up the blitz. But it's very simple adjustments. So we go back into it. Here's our setup. We just crash the line outside, shift him to the right. That free safety will come down on his own. We blitz, put him in a quarterback contain, man up the X linebacker to the 0 receiver, the 3rd receiver there. That's the setup. That's it. That's all you guys have to do. Now, if he's continually hitting you with digs and stuff like that, or slants, you can hook curl the number 2. The blitz is going to get in there. And then if he blocks somebody and you can't get in there, and you're using more, you can always drop back and cover number 2 receiver if he goes deep, or if he goes to the outside. So it's really simple, guys. You just, right there, the hole was open, so there's no way he's going to get the pass off by the time I smack him. So we'll show the replay again real quick. But that's the thing. If you're running just the regular outside blitz setup that we showed in our other video, he's going to make arrangements. Either he's going to block the running back, shift the line that way, and then you come screaming. Even if he shifts the line to the left, it's not going to do anything, guys, because those responsibilities are still there because of the outside pressure. So it's a 6-man blitz, but you can end up only sending 5 if you drop your user back into coverage. But as you can see, Tart gets to the number 3 receiver in plenty of time to get there in case there's any threat there. And then if you watch Verrett, who we have as the number 2, we put him in that hook curl. He shuts down both those in routes. So then what I did is I took it to play all Madden against the computer, just to see if it's still working, if it's working in real game time. I don't have a time clock on there, a play clock, because I like to set up everything. There's the exterior pressure that's in our former video. So, boom, we hit him with that the first play. He's already down 2nd and 15. So now we've set the tone. Every time he sees that free safety come down, he's going to think that exterior pressure is possibly coming. He at least has to keep it in the back of his mind. So here it comes again. Now, if you notice it's a more spread out formation, we're going to go ahead and user and come down. Now, it got picked up. But the reason I want to demonstrate this is if he thinks that exterior pressure is coming, any player online or your buddy is going to move that running back over or block him over there to help against the outside pressure. And that's when you come screaming in the middle. So that was just to illustrate that it does work. So here he goes to the trips tight end, and we're going to user Warner. And we're going to come screaming it down. And Warner's got 84 speed, guys, but he still gets in there in plenty of time. So next we took it to online. I played a guy, and I wanted to see if it worked. Of course, at the beginning of the game, I didn't get my setups in, but I knew that, so I just peeled off with more and went back into coverage. So at the beginning of the game, you're not putting yourself totally, off balance to where you're compromised. So here I'm going to bring it, the outside pressure, and I'm going to come screaming and try to come in the inside. I couldn't do it, and he dinks me over the top. I didn't. I don't think I manned up Tart in time. I think I had him in a hook curl or something. So still trying to get accustomed to it. I took a timeout just to get my personnel right and make sure I was good to go. So here he's running the same formation. I'm going to go ahead and hit him with it now because I'm ready to go. I got everything manned up, everything ready to go. I was even late on the hike, actually. I was, standing there picking my nose. And I was still able to scream in there and get him. So right here, he's been running, the first 3 plays he ran, trips tight end offset. Right there, he didn't call it right away. He was probably like, what the hell was that? So I did it again. I do it again. And he hit me with a screen, which was smart. But it only got back 7 of the 17 yards. So, but I'm like, at this point, I'm like, okay, he's going to start making arrangements for it. And to be honest, guys, I'm playing this game. I don't care about my win-loss record. I'm just playing this to lab this before I put it out to you guys to make sure it works online. And I'm not just going to throw you a blitz that only works in practice mode. So here I come screaming in. I just didn't get there in time. But as you can see, Tart at that X linebacker manned up, will get there in time, especially if he's going vertical. And if he's coming inside, he's going to cut him off and cut underneath him. So right here, he's on the 48, and he's debating on whether to go for it. He hasn't shown me really anything yet offensively, so I was kind of surprised. But I'm going to hit him with it again, I think. And the same formation, everything. I don't know if he's got something for me. But, I moved up with more there. I shouldn't have. You kind of want to stay static to not let him know that you're running with him. I got bumped a little bit. I think he slid his line over, and it still didn't stop me. So that right there, that slide protection, that tells me that's not going to work. So a little later, I think he picked me off, but then I picked him off here with Williams. He's in my nickel spot. He was worried about the pressure coming in. And Williams, bless his heart, just runs out of gas completely. I mean, he completely slowed down. It was crazy. So I scored, gave him the ball back. He hit me with a huge play that totally exposed my my poor user skills, rather. But we're going to continue running. He's running a tight formation now. I haven't run it a whole lot versus tight, so I'd rather just go back into coverage because I like to have that square linebacker in the flat protection. I don't really want to blitz him unless I'm pretty sure that nothing's going to get open over there. So I'm using Veretigan, and usually I shift the line and get inside that defensive end, but I didn't have the time to get it done. I was worried about him quick snapping me, so I'd rather worry about coverage. He tries to hit a little wheel route again. I don't know if he thinks that blitz is coming. So he's a little flustered because he's kind of rushing his passes. So right here he runs gun tight doubles, and I'm going to send it. So I haven't sent it the first couple plays, and then maybe he got comfortable, and then I sent it. So the game of chess, I'm winning so far, and it feels fantastic, to be honest. So here's later in the game. The rest of the game, there was a couple examples of running it, but he really was doing some different stuff that I didn't anticipate. So again, I fall back on this that I did in the beginning of the game. Moore gets in there beautifully. I think he ended up with 3 sacks on his own. Right here, I'm going to run it again. because he still hasn't done anything. I think he tried to slide his line and do some other stuff, but he's trying to hot route and whatnot. I go ahead. Oh, that's right. I peel off into coverage and pick him off. So I baited him. That one really felt nice, guys. And you can do that too. Moore's got the speed if you put him in at that linebacker. I love Warner, but right there he tries to run it, and Buckner sheds and gets him. So that's the great thing about the big nickel. The block shedding is really effective. So he's running gun doubles Y offset, I think, or something. So I'm not going to send it. I'm just worried about coverage at this point. Minute left in the game. As you can see, you'll see in the next couple plays, he's really exposing my user. I mean, my user skills aren't great, guys. I've played it for a couple years. They're getting better, but manned up, you leave yourself literally one-on-one. So you kind of have to have faith in, that hard flat or the cloud flat getting out there. I blitz this time. He picks it up, but luckily my nickel was there to swat it away. So I'm still sending the blitz. I've done it all game, so he's aware of it, and he knows it's possibly coming. And that's all I want him to do, is to be on his toes, rush some throws. I'm not sending it this time. I'm just going to use her. And I think he totally exposes me, with a corner route. And that just shows, I anticipated an inside route, and he hit me to the outside. So that wasn't good. Luckily, the boundary was my 12th defender. Because if I would have given him inside leverage, he could have scored on a post. So right here, I'm still committed to trying to user him. He's down 11. I know I'm not going to give him anything big, so I'm just worried about staying on top of him. But then I want to jam him, and of course I'm offsides. So basically, these plays are just to show you that he's still cognizant of the blitz and he's still aware of it, and I've got him uncomfortable, and that's the main goal of this blitz and any blitz, is to make your opponent uncomfortable. So right here, I set it up for the blitz, but then I retract, and I try to jam him up because I think I pressed the whole defense, which will send that free safety back. So I let him go back, and I just worried about coverage. I'm just going to try not to let Humphreys get over top of me. I'm going to try to jam him. Of course, I couldn't jam him well. Luckily, Bosa was in there to clean up for me, because that could have been disastrous. He would have probably scored. Not won the game, but he would have got an easy score over the top, I think. So here is where I wanted to show you guys. So I know he can expose me with my user. He knows that as well. So I went ahead and pressed. He experienced some difficulties there. But then I switched back to Moore. And I'm going to give the impression that, or I'm going to try to blitz, and I'm going to let Verrett user him better than I can user him. And as you can see, he does and gets a pick. So is that bad that I let the computer do it? Yeah, but that's okay.
All right, everybody, it's D-Bag. I've got a couple plays. This guy was running gun a lot, and so I decided to run four-lock, and I ran the blitz as well, and it was very successful against this guy. He really didn't know what to do. I got Earl Thomas on back-to-back plays with the sack. The run game, the block shedding with his four-lock is amazing, so it's not going anywhere. He tries to run it up the middle with Dak Prescott, and immediately my guys just kind of flow in there and make the play. The run game, again, shut down. Nothing much he can do. He continues to try for some reason and continues to fail horribly. Got another play. He just throws it straight to Tony Jefferson, who, kind of old, so he's kind of slow. Doesn't do anything with it, really. I've got a nice little swing route. He kind of threw it early. He probably panicked. Just kind of threw it away. I've got Marlon Humphrey. That's where the lockdown is needed. Just making plays. He read that on Amari Cooper, and it was just an easy pick. I've got a sack right there, Matthew Judon. Let's see. I'm usering Josh Bynes. He tries to test me deep, but that play, Everett has 95 speed, and, I'm just going to make that play regardless of my overall. All right. He's dropping back again. Sees a play. Shut it down. Josh Bynes with the amazing leap to make the play. I think, yeah, he shuts me down on that offensive drive. Go back, see where he's throwing to, make a play. All right, guys.
Closing thoughts. One last time to talk some trash before we are done with this show. Closing thoughts. We gonna run a mouse before you guys decide you're gonna click off.
Closing thoughts. So, the tour went well.
What?
For the first 5 minutes, everything was fine. And then Darius decides to just start flipping switches.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, don't do that. Chaos. So, it's hot. But it's fitting that he lit the place on fire because that Blitz is fire. That's a nice tie-in. So, hope you guys enjoy the video. We really enjoy putting out footage for you guys and trying to find stuff that's going to help you with your game, and trying to entertain you along the way. We'd have a wager game coming up next week. Make sure you stay tuned for that. It's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah.
So,
High stakes.
yeah, high stakes, no prisoners taken. I mean, it's brutal. It's exciting. So, anyway, check us out. Keep it. Tell your friends, tell your loved ones, tell your enemies, tell your neighbors, your business associates, whatever, people you owe money to. Push them to our channel. Yeah. I mean, they might thank you. So, anyway, either way, always remember, guys, we always tippin', never trickin'.
Hey. How about a hug?